fiddlesticks!
What, Wilbur?
We just got hit and I think my back has all been out of shape.
You gotta talk with those whippersnappers at the Advocates Law Firm. They're the best injury lawyers around.
What?
Pipe down, Clarence! Abner's telling me about the lawyers and the advocates. So what happened to you, Abner?
I was walking across the street with the light when some young punk came screeching around the corner. I lost a toe.
What?
Shut it, Clarence! If you get injured, the advocates get results.
AdvocatesLaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Head chef on the way. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has some Super Bowl foods and some hangover tips. But first, time for a few emails from the Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Jump right in with the birthdays, hola guys. I'd like to give a huge shout out to my son, Jackson. He is the best son ever. I love you, Jax. Gonna get a little kid fish sandwich. I'll thank you guys. That from Daddy Sean. Good afternoon, guys. Can my son Peyton James get a birthday shout out with some of Thrill Shotgun Gets and a fish sandwich montage? Love Mom, Will, Tristan, Penelope, and Joshua. Get.
Can I get
A fillet of fish sandwich.
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich? With the cheese and the tartar on the side.
I'll order a fish sandwich.
Is it too early for a fish sandwich? Cheese and tartar on the side. Yeah. I smell the fish sandwich. Maybe some dinner relish in the morning. At noon and at night.
Can I buy you a fish sandwich? So you don't want a fish sandwich?
Guys, I want to get a birthday shout out for my daughter, Hope. She turns 31 today, has moved to L.A. to pursue her acting career. She resides in the porn industry capital of San Fernando Valley. So could she get Coach Ted giving her a pep talk on not taking an easy money acting role? Thanks, guys. That from Gerard.
All right, you're in the valley. You're 31. You're probably attractive. And he's right. Even though he's your dad, it's going to sound creepy. No easy roles. You make sure that man's at attention. 100%.
Hold up, Rose. Today, my lovely wife of 23 and a half years has a birthday. I'm not at all a romantic type, so can I get a script as a story, not a script? And the Dirty German's giving me some pointers on how to be more romantic. That guy's from Pangea Joe.
A script is a story. It's not a storybook.
Yeah, you say you want pointers. Of course, use both of them.
Yeah, that's the problem with this Pangea Joe, is he can't be more romantic. That's why all the countries broke up from him.
Yeah.
So it was once together. Joe was so mean. They was like, we're out.
Yeah.
I thought it was plate tectonics.
No, that's stupid.
No,
that's a dumb theory.
Yeah, it's no romance.
Yeah, lack of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Pangea Joe, he just stay on Pangea lonely.
Yeah.
Learned about that in Pelicans today.
Yeah, it's the Europe and the Asia. They're still romantically tied, right?
Yeah.
Once it was Eurasia, they said we both have names.
Yeah, even North and South America. You know, the South America is hanging above our tinkle.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you. BJ.
Ya's a Dirty German's brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Couple extras, thank you, Woman. The subject is nipples on guys. Guys, did everyone there forget about health class in high school?
Yes.
Every person starts out as a female until the sperm that fertilizes the egg decides to drop the testosterone. If it doesn't, then it continues to develop as a female.
Oh, I see. So the ladies have already chosen now we're going to be women, too.
That's why.
That's how they formed that Amazon place, man.
That's why men have nipples, just in case they go the other way. Also, if you look downstairs at your boys, you see a line going down the middle, all the way to the back. That's where the opening to the vagina would be, but it closes up, and your testicles are the ovaries that drop down, and your penis basically is the clitoris.
Oh, what could have been.
That from Doug. He knows all about it. Yeah, we're so close.
So every time you look at that
That's really
line,
what that is on the middle?
it is. It actually is, yeah. I know, it's weird now.
Right.
I'm supposed to have
your
a
ovaries are
vagina.
on the outside.
You see?
Well, I understood
Hey,
that
Doc,
part.
what's this? It's supposed to be my vagina. I got this instead, man.
I just didn't know that'd be the gate.
Yeah, that's the gateway.
And what unlucky thing happened to me? Ola Bacholas, I'm catching up on the podcast here in Kansas City. Go Chiefs. When I was a senior in high school, I was playing in a soccer game and got an errant elbow right in my 2 front teeth. And I watched them fly out of my mouth. My first thought, my life is over, because what the hell are you going to do with no 2 front teeth? It also happened to be on a road game that neither one of my parents came to. Well, after some initial panic by the coaches, one of my teammates found my intact teeth, and my friend's mom knew a small town that we were in, took me to the ER. Luckily, it was one of the only hospitals in the county that staffed emergency dentists. And after about 7,000 in surgeries, I was able to keep my teeth. I know the amount because my dad never lets me forget. Enjoy the Super Bowl, guys, and go Chiefs. Cheers. That from Eric.
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the men's room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef of the house.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. Now, with the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday, there's a lot of foods. Super Bowl's coming up on Sunday. Give us some love.
We have explicitly, for our studio audience today, we have flown in people from Kansas City and Tampa Bay as we ramp up to the Super Bowl. So I'm glad they can make it.
Let's hear it for the Chiefs. What about Buccaneers? I'm going to try to
How about those Ravens? Don't rub it in, man.
I'm going to stretch this out as long as I can.
Where's Pinocchio?
Miles Montgomery has created chili dogs, and they look delicious. I know he's dying, chomping at the bit to get in there.
Yeah.
I'm in the dip.
You are in the dip. So chips, dip, hot dogs, lots of things. We should say the chili is from Skyline Chili in Cincinnati.
Correct.
Which is kind of funny. They're famous for chili dogs and stuff, but the chili dog has a lot of different origins. Some people think it started in Texas as the Texas dog. Coney Island hot dog is also kind of famous for it. In D.C., we have the half smoke, which is a mixture made famous at Ben's Chili Bowl between a beef sausage or a beef. It's a sausage and a hot dog together.
Oh, cool.
I don't know why I couldn't get that out. But obviously, yeah, the cheesy Coney in the greater Cincinnati area. It's what you made today. They would just cover it in heaps of shredded cheddar
and chili. So you eat it with a fork.
Yeah,
basically,
exactly.
It's a fork.
There's no way you're picking that up.
No.
But also, it's kind of funny. Yeah. Take a bite. See how it tastes. Miles, you've been waiting 2 weeks for this.
Yeah.
Probably longer. Oh yeah, get in there. I like to watch you eat hot dogs.
Baby.
Chew, Mel. Chew.
No, like cinnamon or something in the chili?
Chocolate.
Okay, yeah. That's what I heard.
Cincinnati chili is completely different, but I'm with you. I like it. It's much more runnier, but it's just got that weird sweet finish from the chocolate.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's definitely different.
So, obviously with COVID and everything going on, there's going to be fewer Super Bowl parties this year. But but people are still going to eat their faces off. Basically,
yes.
They just asked people, like, hey, man, like, are you still going to grub down? And they were like, hell yeah. And one of the things we're going to grub down the most on, chicken wings.
Yes. Yeah. Super Bowl's made for them.
According to the National Chicken Council, I tried to run for president of that.
I was going to say.
That'd be kind of a fun job.
Really?
No, it wouldn't. It'd just be nice to say, like, Ted Smith, Esquire, Vice President of National Chicken Council.
Esquire's lawyer.
Did not.
But you could be a lawyer and be the head of it, yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you just threw Esquire in there.
Well, it sounds cool.
I mean, no, you just need to be a lawyer.
LTD. Just make up some stuff.
So the National Chicken Council, they say that even without the parties, Americans are projected to eat a record number of chicken wings during the Super Bowl.
That's amazing.
Can you guess the number? Approximately, I'll tell you right now.
Pounds or individual?
They're talking about individual pieces. How many chicken wings will be eaten during
2 million.
Oh, God.
You're way off.
10
You're
million?
way off. No. You got to go up higher.
50 million.
You're talking an average of 4 wings per every person in the country. That's up 2%. I mean, fellas, you got to go high.
100.
Higher.
200.
Just start thinking big.
1.2 billion.
Oh, close. 1.4 1.42 billion.
Wow.
Christ.
Wow.
If you don't have chicken wings yet, I suggest you get some.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are there chickens left on this planet? That just sounds like such an absurd number of wings on one day.
I often wonder about that. What happens to the rest of the chicken? Where does it go?
They just send it back to the farm.
But you figure if there's
You can't fly. Give me that wing.
if there's this many wings going out, like I know people buy breast and thighs and
Sure.
this and that, but like it seems like there's a lot more wings than there is whole chickens. You see?
That is true.
Yeah.
Chicken's the most hated time of year, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I am starving even just talking about this. Yeah, and it's funny to me, but everybody has a different version of what, basically, what they want on Super Bowl. By the way, chicken wings are the most popular Super Bowl food in 49 out of 50 states. Do you know who the holdout is?
Hawaii.
Nope, think opposite.
Alaska.
Up north, cold, not Alaska.
Minnesota.
Maine.
Oh, really?
They didn't vote for chicken wings. You know what they voted for?
Like apple pie or something. Correct?
Reindeer sausage.
No, it's Maine.
Lobster.
Chowder.
Lobster.
No. Yeah.
I know.
Can't
Like, don't
they
you
just
guys-
get that all the time?
Right.
You know?
I was like,
It's like, is it special then? I mean,
Dude,
save it
I'm
for
with
Christmas, save it for New Year's,
Like you're
Thanksgiving.
All right, so I got a list too here of some party foods people love. I'm with. So for, you know what? I'll get into the list. Number one, the giant sub. I haven't got a giant sub in a while. Miles, you had a New Year's Eve party once with a giant sub. Great time. A 6-foot sub says, "I'm here for fun."
And call your local grocer. They probably can do it. The deli section.
Yeah, usually that's where I used to pick them up because a lot of the sub places will give you like small sandwiches. You can get like a platter. And you might be able to get a party sub, but we used to go to the grocery store, and the roll will be a little harder. They'll give you some condiments with it, and yeah, support local. God, man, I love a party sub. That was one of the best days of my life after that party.
6 foot sub.
Right, because you gave me like a foot to take home, college football, and a day. It was a big day. Now, they say desserts, which is funny. When I plan a Super Bowl menu, I don't often think about the dessert part.
I don't either.
I don't think I ever have.
I would think Super Bowl desserts were leaning more towards like cookies, brownies, you know?
Just finger food. Stuff you can pick up. I don't want like a bowl of ice cream.
Yeah, my goal is to just take everything off of a tray.
My goal is to not serve dessert, so hopefully everyone will leave.
Oh, I see. Chili. Big batch of chili. That's famous for Super Bowl stuff, too. I know some people in my family, they're doing that with some crab dip.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Pizza's always a good one.
We'll get there.
Okay, sorry.
Pulled pork sandwiches.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, yeah.
Right. And some of this is going to be regional as well.
Of course.
We're talking, just talk about some of the most famous Super Bowl party foods. Sliders make the list.
Sure.
Which sliders are good, too. Because, like, if somebody says you want a burger, you say, yeah. But you're not going to eat a bunch of them. But if they're slider forms, like, give me 3 of those.
Yeah, even if you just like have a pack of Hawaiian rolls, like a meat tray out.
That's all you need, man.
Yeah.
Make your
mustard,
own.
mayonnaise.
The ultimate party animal that shows up all year round, the deviled egg.
Yeah, we're just talking about that. It
'Cause I
doesn't
was
matter
looking
the
at this
holiday.
list.
And you're right. They're good for any holiday.
Yeah,
just
July 4th.
I've never
Christmas,
made 'em.
Easter, Super Bowl. You know what? I've never made them.
But when I see them, I'm like, I'm good for 4.
Yeah.
Easily.
Well, again, like you're saying, anything you could pick up and pop in your mouth.
Yep.
And the Super Bowl's different, too, is generally it's not your team playing. So you're paying attention, but I feel like I do more active eating during a Super Bowl than I would ever during, like, a team I care about.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Nachos make the list, the classic. One of my favorites.
What, Taylor ham roll?
Bacon.
Pigs in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You got to roll out that crescent roll yourself,
I
man.
haven't had one of those in years.
You know, they make pre-made ones. Hebrew National. I know you enjoy those hot dogs.
But that's really good.
Miles, I think you're having some of these. You might buy them in a box and heat them up.
Potato skins.
Got them in the game.
Yes.
The potato skins.
They are good, man.
Guacamole makes the list.
Guacamole.
7-layer dip.
Yeah.
I'm screaming.
Yes.
Pizza! No, I'm getting a pizza.
Yeah.
I know chicken wings. People say Super Bowl, you got to have a pizza, or got to have wings. To me, Super Bowl, you got to have pizza, even if it's a crappy one. You know what I mean? Like that's just part of. I don't know.
Honey, get the crappy pizzas. It's the Super Bowl.
Spinach artichoke dip makes it on there.
Yeah, somebody brought it over.
I love my spinach dip, but I don't know that I make it that often for Super Bowl.
Look, it's in a bread bowl.
Right, right.
Easy, guys. I put mine in a bread bowl.
Okay.
Have you had my spinach dip?
I don't think so.
Is
must
there
have.
spinach in it?
There is.
Then
but
no.
It's delicious.
Is there spinach in
Is it cold or warm?
Cold.
Okay. Cold.
Buffalo chicken dip.
Yes.
And then number one on the list again, chicken wings.
Of course. Yeah, they're standard.
All right, so now it's Monday. You're rubbing your eyes. You're in the shower. It's hitting the back of your neck. You're just trying to get your life together, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's how my shower.
You know what? It's not just about food. Not everybody's pound beers. I'm going to have a few beers.
Sure.
So maybe you're hungover, Super Bowl. So a lot of people, when they're hungover, two things you're going to need: greasy food and a Gatorade. So they ask people, like, hey, what's the most popular Gatorade flavors?
All right.
I have the top 5. Number 5, the original, orange.
That's the original.
Orange is the original.
I did not know that.
I thought that nasty green. Almost cuss. I thought the green stuff was the original.
Lemon, lime, and orange were the only ones they had for about 20 years until Fruit Punch showed up in 1983.
So why do my parents keep buying the green stuff?
Because they're used to it.
Made it clear we don't like this stuff.
Because that's what they drank. That's what I started drinking. So I like the green best.
Next on the list, Glacier Freeze. It's the light blue and the only non-standard flavor on the list. It's one of Gatorade's Frost spinoffs they've been selling since the late 90s. As a kid in the late, like a teenager, when that stuff came out, I was like, oh my God, like Gatorade's changing the game.
So that's when your buddy likes Miles. Now we know the name of it. What was it? Ice Glacier?
Glacier Freeze.
Glacier Freeze.
Plus, I have to admit, I'm a G2 guy.
Yeah. Well, number 3 on the list is Lemon Lime, the yellow one of the original flavors from 1965. That's still my personal favorite. But I also think Gatorade has 2 places in life. All right? If I'm coming back from the gym, it's always going to be Lemon Lime. Playing soccer, Lemon Lime. Hungover, Fruit Punch. Fruit Punch is number 2.
That's what I got right now.
And then this is crazy. Number 1 is Cool Blue.
Cool Blue?
That's what my buddy gets.
That's what your buddy gets.
He gets Cool Blue, not Glacier Freeze.
No wonder it's number 1. He drinks the hell out of it.
Yeah. People love it. I thought for sure Fruit Punch was going to be number 1, but what do you know? It's Cool Blue.
Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Hey, all the Macholas, thank you so much for listening to the Men's Room podcast.
And thanks to our pals at the Advocates Law Firm for being great partners. Yes, even you, creepy Kyle.
Seriously, though, if you'd been injured as a result of somebody else in your car, on your bike, walking across the street, talk to our friends at the Advocates Law Firm and let them help you out.
Yeah, they're the best injury lawyers around, and they want to make sure that you're not taken advantage of. Plus, your first consultation is free.
It's simple. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're in the Men's Room. 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle.
Coming up in minutes, we will drink, we will toast with a shot of the day, and we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. But first, a quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, a burglar in the UK was caught after he left his phone at the crime scene, complete with selfies and photos of his passport.
Damn. Jesus.
He had photos of his passport on his phone.
Come on, man.
That's just a bad idea in general.
And my social security card.
Right. Lord of mercy, man.
And, of course, that's the same guy that commits crime.
Correct. Brilliant. Chipotle shared a video on how to make their tomato salsa. I'm guessing they mean their pico.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. The thing is that it's tomatoes, it's onions, and it's cilantro. Ta-da, you made pico.
That's how most of us make. I don't know what they do. We add a little heroin. I mean, like, what's the...
But there's a difference between salsa and pico.
Yes.
So you're saying Chipotle's been calling it wrong the whole time?
No, they call it their mild salsa, which is a pico.
Is it a saucy salsa or is it watery?
No, it's more on the watery side.
So that's pico.
Yeah. They call it their mild salsa. I get it, Ted. I'm with you. I understand.
I think they call it pico if it was pico. It's salsa.
Fair. That's fair.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe because they add something to it, because obviously if it was as easy as just dice up some onions and tomato, then it would just be called pico. But or rather, they wouldn't need to make a video.
And then we have Ethel here sneeze on it.
They have great sauces, though. You guys ever tried their guac?
I have.
It is one of the most superior guacs I've ever had.
And you don't like avocado?
I don't.
Where is it?
Chipotle.
I haven't been there.
Man, gotta go.
Yeah.
It's worth it. A man in Orlando tried to board a flight in Louisville with 22 bags of meth worth $500,000 in his bag. He tried to board the flight with the bag
Nothing
in hand.
suspicious here.
At least do us a favor and put it in your rectum, right? I mean, that's standard drug muling. You don't just put it in your bag.
Right, and it's no mystery that they've had drug-sniffing dogs for how many decades at this point?
They make me nervous every time I see them.
Right.
I don't even have anything.
Just because you don't
I don't remember
if
I have
forgot.
anything.
Right. Goodness
And I'm always
gracious.
asked, there's one of those dogs, you have anything on you? I'm like, I don't know. But we'll find out.
Don't sit down. Don't sit down. A man in Colorado was arrested after he got into a police chase in a U-Haul and crashed it into a farmhouse.
I mean, I get it, it's rented, but I don't think you can just do whatever you want.
No. And even then, do you really think you're going to outrun the cops in a U-Haul truck?
Right. Or worse yet, you're going to be able to elude them to where they can't possibly
They'll
find you
never
again.
find me in this U-Haul.
I mean the one with the giant squid on the side of it?
Right.
Goodness. People in Chicago are using unconventional methods to save their parking spots that they spend time shoveling.
No, they're not. This is whatever. If you live in a crowded city that gets a lot of snow, right? And you know it's going to snow. Chicago, Rochester, hell, Baltimore, Washington, New York, Boston. If you live in a row home, this is the golden rule, and understand this. We're not kidding or exaggerating. If you live in a row home, and that's where your car is parked, and you shovel that space, if someone else parks in your space, I'm not making it, you will be shot. You will be shot. You will be shot. So what people do...
You might not die.
We're not kidding, man. This is the news every year in all these cities. Like, somebody parked in front of... Right. And they got shot. But what people do is they'll put, like, their living room sofa out there. They'll grab the kids' tricycle. You put something in the place you shoveled, not because other people couldn't just move it, but you're saying, this is taken. And if you move this, you're going to get shot.
3 people dead. Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Why? Somebody took a spot. This was yesterday.
I feel like at my last apartment, I actually saw 2 guys squaring off because one of them did shovel off a parking spot and the other one...
Dude, I mean, right, because you're out there for like 2.5 hours just to get your damn car out. Right. The reason you have to get your car is because work said you still have to go in. So by the time people get home, I'm like, they lose it, man. It's
right. Even if you just have to go to the grocery store real quick.
And you come back.
If you're gone for 30 seconds, that space is gone.
Right.
Because the problem is that you're not just shoveling the snow, you're shoveling the ice that's underneath it as well.
All the stuff, man.
Anybody drives on a driveway before you have the chance to shovel off that snow, it sucks.
Also, you got to remember there's a sidewalk right beside your car. Right. And then there is basically a row of steps to someone's home.
Right.
So there's not a lot of room to put the snow, even after you shovel it out of the space.
Yeah, people get pissed, man. Seriously, every year.
It's just a project to even get it out of there in the first place.
You took my space.
A man in Canada bought a hoarder's house and found all sorts of valuables inside.
I saw that, man.
That was a great story.
You know why I don't like that story? Because it justifies hoarding.
No, in her case.
Yeah.
In her case. Because everything she kept, 90% of what she kept was actually valuable.
There's a handful of things that she kept that were actually valuable.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so far, he's already made over $400,000.
Right.
So obviously, it wasn't like she was hoarding a stack of newspapers that no one cared about or fast food
She had like old
containers.
silver coins.
Right.
She has some antique pianos.
She has silver bars.
She wasn't hoarding just newspapers and bags of trash.
I know, but at least there was some good in there, Mike.
She's living like the dragon in the Hobbit, just sitting there in her treasure trove.
Did you see the silver bar they found?
No, I did not.
This, I can't remember, it's like 8 pounds or something, but it's a single, it was this massive, I mean, if you're going to hoard, it's better than the New York Times from 1957.
Yeah, silver's done real well this week, too, so that thing just...
A new survey of non-sports fans asked people why they watch major sporting events.
Okay.
So why do you think we got the big game coming up, so why would somebody who doesn't like football watch the game?
Because the Super Bowl specifically is a giant party. You know, it's undeclared holidays. Other sports I don't know, but the Super Bowl, whether you like football or not, it's about the day even more than the game. So
I think it's just camaraderie. The same reason somebody says, do you want to go to this concert? You might not like the artist, but you're like, yeah, I'll go to the concert.
You know what?
with you.
The food.
My uncle used to live in Richmond, so it's a big NASCAR community.
Oh,
so it's a Daytona 500. You go to a bar. It's like noon.
And everyone's having a good time.
Everybody's
right?
just partying and throwing down. You're like, I can drink during the day and no one cares.
The same reason we celebrate Cinco de Mayo in the U.S. Oh, we're going to drink and party? All right.
I'm Irish tonight.
Well, lucky for you guys, I have the top reasons that non-football fans the Super Bowl. Number 10, to impress someone.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
You go to your boss's Super Bowl party, I guess.
Okay.
Or you
I was thinking more like a boyfriend or girlfriend. Like, she's really into football, you're not. You're a D&D guy.
Right.
And then you show up, and it's like sluggo routes.
Yeah, who's the Storm playing?
Right.
Number 9, to keep up to date with sports news.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it.
That being that person that just kind of is in the know, they don't necessarily have a passion for it, they just know all the information.
Sure.
Like the new Bachelorette.
Exactly.
And Jimmy Kimmel. Like, I don't watch the show, but I know everything.
Right. You're going to do really well at Jeopardy and maybe one day host. These are the 10 reasons that non-football fans watch the Super Bowl. Number 8, FOMO, the fear of missing out.
That's all about
it's
the
a
atmosphere.
party.
Exactly.
Right? You don't even have to watch the game. It is just a party.
But just know everyone else is.
Sort of.
You know what I mean? Like, you could be at home and not go to the party, but...
Yeah, but people hover around the food table, and when they hear cheering, they'll glance at the TV.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, and then the big historical events that happened. You guys think back to the halftime show that created the need for the FCC, or rather got everybody in trouble here in radio.
Because it was our fault.
Right, because now we need delay all over the place. There was the Super Bowl that you guys went to where during the halftime show, all the blackout that happened. There was Super Bowl 49, the biggest piece of sports history in Seattle that everybody here wants to forget.
Right.
You know, got to be up to date on all that.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
Plus all the commercials. I mean, you can...
Right.
Even Whitney Houston singing the national anthem in like 94 or 90 whatever with the Gulf War going on. Like, there's just so many people watch. I mean, it's one of the...
Right.
I think that, I'm going to say maybe the World Cup final, like 2 of the biggest sporting events in the world.
Absolutely. Number 6, for the adrenaline.
Sure. Everyone around you's all charged up, man.
Exactly.
So this is specific to the Super Bowl, not just sports.
It does, the Super Bowl. My bad. I did skip one. Number 7, the food.
I was going to say that would be number 1.
I'm amazed that it's all the way up there.
I'm
Absolutely.
too. Like, I would go just for the food to any party. I don't care what you're watching, what you're doing.
Right.
You guys could be playing D&D. If you got that much spread like that,
100%.
I'll hang out and do my own thing. Outside,
think
smoke cigarettes.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I think the difference too with sports, especially the Super Bowl, is like the food's out the whole time and the spread is just bigger. If it's not a sport, like I've been to play like cards with people and it's like you take a break, everybody makes a sandwich. But it's not the same as like hanging out, like there's a sport on, let's keep eating and drinking.
That's the truth. Even like 4th of July, there'll be hot dogs, hamburgers, they kind of bring it out, and then everybody gets a plate, right, when it's time. Well, that's not the Super Bowl. You walk in, your hand's in that bowl immediately.
Right.
It is a buffet. You can walk up anytime you want.
And I will say that is the benefit of not being the host team of the Super Bowl. If your team is not in the Super Bowl, that makes it so much better.
Absolutely. Well, in that regard, yes.
I mean,
Right, because you
depending on
don't
what
want to
you're
miss
looking
any
for.
of the game if you're really into the Super Bowl and you think, maybe it's the first one that they're going to go to or the first one, hopefully, that they'll win. You don't want to miss a minute of it. Whereas maybe it's Tampa Bay and Kansas City that are in there. You'll just hover by that food table the entire time.
You're exactly right.
You bet. Anybody else need a beer? I need another one.
By the way, don't forget, Tampa's already won a cup this year, too.
That's right.
That's right.
So they're doing pretty well down there.
These are the top reasons non-football fans watch the Super Bowl. Number 5, so they can join in on conversations about the game the next day.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be
That's
behind
all
the
you're
water.
going to
hear
want to
about.
talk about the commercials or whatever.
Absolutely. Nobody wants to be behind the water cooler.
And no offense, and I get it, people like superhero movies or Star Wars movies, but everybody watches it at the same time. So on Monday you can talk about it. Whereas if I go see a Star Wars, you can be like, spoiler alert, somebody's dead.
Yeah, no one says spoiler alert on a Monday after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No, because everybody knows what's happening.
And that's one thing I still appreciate about live athletics. It's appointment viewing. You know when it's coming on. It's Monday night.
Right.
Monday night football. Mm-hmm. You can't just go through the whole season because you're tired and want to binge watch it over.
Right.
Top reasons non-football fans watch the Super Bowl. Number 4, to learn about the sport. To be honest with you, that's probably one of the worst days to learn about the sport, in my opinion. Just because they get all the semantics and all the breakdown of how everything goes, I feel like they get that done throughout the season. Whereas when it's just the actual broadcast of the Super Bowl, we're talking about the history of these players, what they've gone through, how
they're not
performed all
talking about
season
that.
long.
But also, even just talking to someone who's into football, that's not the day they want to talk to you about the rules.
Right.
Correct.
Right. Any other game, it's fine. But honestly, on the Super Bowl, it's like, man, as a football fan, it's bittersweet because it's our final game of the season. But we've been waiting all season for this.
I think I got to go back to Nickelodeon and do a couple more games next year. Between Nate Burleson and making something seem easy to understand.
Absolutely.
From a children's perspective, it doesn't matter who you are. If you don't know the game, he walks you through it. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. Then you can have the excuse of, oh no, my kid wants to watch it on Nickelodeon. Now you're learning the game.
And if they score, they get slimed.
Right. Ta-da!
I love this game.
Top reasons non-football fans watch the Super Bowl. Number 3, for the social factor. So just being around people.
That's why this year's going to suck. I mean, I'll be honest.
Yeah, you're right. Number 2, to get together with family and friends.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course. Any final guesses on what the number 1 reason?
If it's not food, I don't know. I mean,
maybe the halftime show?
Halftime show, not
Or
bad.
commercials?
Miles, and a guess?
I'm just going to say to throw a party.
This is the top reason that non-football fans actually watch the Super Bowl. Number 1, for the atmosphere.
it's all kind of the same.
Yeah.
You know, the atmosphere, the camaraderie, the social aspect, fear of missing out. It's like, that's all kind of the exact same
You
thing.
don't have to decorate.
You want to be at a party.
You know?
Right. And people are in a good mood. That's what I got out of
It
that.
encapsulates everything. Your family and your friends are going to be there. You're going to learn about the sport. There's all kinds of food. You're going to be able to
Right.
talk about a popular event the next day.
Yeah.
The atmosphere of the game.
I'm getting hungry again just thinking about it.
I'm with you, man. Fire up the hot dog roller. A man in Pasadena was refused service for not wearing a mask, and you will never guess what he did.
What did he do?
I will tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This. We will take caller 9 at 206-421-ROCK. All right, have we made it to drinking time?
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.